What's going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? On the morning of Donald Trump's indictment, and I know liberals are popping Alka-Seltzer and you know cleaning out their bong pipes. It was an orgy of celebration for the party that says we need to continue pushing freedom and democracy by being in the Ukraine, because that's where the true threat is. It's not at home when we're arresting political opponents. Now, somewhere the Democrats got it in their craw that they should change their policy and become the border agents, the border czars that they promised that they would be. Although we know record high crossings, illegal immigration, fentanyl coming over. This isn't a Fox News talking point. You can look up the stats yourself. It's been a complete failure. We can look at inflation, but they're the party that wants to blame the economy on Republicans and Trump tax cuts, not the trillions of dollars of spending and the unfettered access to printing more money. That has nothing to do with it, I'm sure. They want to say that inflation is a global phenomenon, but we all know that when the United States gets a cold, everyone else gets the flu. This has been since World War II. I didn't mean to make that rhyme. The Democrats pretend to be the party of law and order. And they are farthest from that. And we all know this. 37 out of the top 50 cities are Democrat ran, and they have the highest crime rates in the United States. We know this. They then go ahead and say, well, it's red states' faults. Yes, but it's those large cities that are causing all the crime, which are democratically ran. You see, this is what they do. They cherry pick stats. Republicans are the party of law and order. And I'm going to say it here first. I don't know who else is saying it. If Donald Trump committed a crime, and that can be proven in the court of law, and he is convicted of that, then he should do the time. Plain and simple. See, the thing is people aren't upset when we call it a witch hunt or we say that it's a political attack on an opponent. We say this not because Donald Trump possibly couldn't have done something wrong. The issue is to the simple-minded who are fuzzy and unclear because the Alka-Seltzer hasn't kicked in, is that we want the same standard for all politicians. And when you have check writing scandals, you have gun running to Mexico, you have something far back as the Iran-Contra hearings, you have consistent scandals with affairs and adultery and money being spent as paid hush money that's actually taken from our taxes that the Senate and the congressmen and women use. There's two classes, it seems, the people who have to follow the law and the people that don't. We know Bill Clinton paid $850,000 in hush money. Now, you can say it was settled out of court, but that doesn't matter. It's still hush money. It's still a payment. And if Donald Trump simply wrote a check to Stormy Daniels, it wouldn't have made a difference. In fact, it's not against the law in any way, shape, or form. And honestly, it's a misdemeanor for what he did. And because we're trying to tie it to campaign and campaign dollars, this is going to be tied up in a court for a long time. Donald Trump's not going to jail tomorrow. He's not going to jail before 2024. But what has happened, and you've set a precedent, if Democrats understood religion and the Bible, which they've seemed to forego, is Pandora's box is a warning. The enticement to open up, sure, it's there, and it's always been there. But when you do, you release things that are much worse than the fortunes that you were looking for. You always get more than what you expected. This is going to open unfettered access to prosecuting political opponents. This is fascism. And you keep crying about fascism, and you say January 6th was fascist. No, January 6th was a stupid riot. We should denounce January 6th because it was a horrible, stupid idea that gave ammunition to the Democrats to literally wash away everything that BLM did with 184 some odd riots and $2.5 billion in damage that was done. Let's stop pretending that the Democrats are law and order. We simply want equal justice for everybody. Yes, Hillary Clinton. We want it done. And you know, because Comey sat there for 13 minutes and 20 some odd seconds and indicted her verbally on national TV and then simply said, because she didn't mean to, we can't hold her accountable. Well, Donald Trump didn't mean to pay Stormy Daniels. So I guess we can go ahead and let it all go. Folks, the Don't Unfriend Me show is on 8 tonight and a recorded show as well. If you would not mind stopping by at the Dumb Show and come by and see us. And also, it's Red Friday. Make sure you support our troops. Remember, everyone deployed. I'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock. God bless.